Hello friends, and welcome back to 8 Moon Phases. My name is Chivis, and I was recording clips and I realized that I hadn't recorded the intro for this video. Here we are. So today we're going to be working on a project that we need to finish soon, and we're actually very close to finishing. I started it partially last week, I believe on Thursday, Friday, and we're very close to finishing it. But before I tell you what it is, make sure you hit that subscribe button, enable that notification bell, all that good stuff. All right, let's go. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and insert the clips of what we've been working on. We have to make Coraline. I had a little bit of a debate as I was looking at the images. I have a pattern. I have two different patterns that I'm kind of combining. Technically one using the colors of the other. I have an actual Coraline pattern that has a squared head. And I also have a set of princesses that I've made before. I've actually made 5 of the princesses from this collection. But the basic doll form is very similar, if not exactly the same. So I'm using that pattern, but I adjusted it, combined it to have the colors of what I needed. So Coraline, we know, has sometimes jeans and then other times the black skirt with the striped tights. I didn't want to go through the trouble of doing the striped tights. So I went ahead and put her in jeans. I have her boots with her jeans and her iconic striped pink shirt. And then here's where we are currently. So let me go ahead and put the clips first. I'll roll the clips and then I'll come back and update you to where we currently are. We've pieced it together. Well, we started to piece it together. We did the legs. We did the arms first. We did the legs. And now we are currently here. Okay. We have finished the head. This is where the eyes are going to be. This is just a placeholder, obviously. And here we are. So again, the person that ordered this doll just said 10-inch Coraline. Actually, we're kind of there to the T, at the 10-inch mark. If we put it at the bottom of her feet, we look more or less we're a little bit over, but that is fine. So I need to make her hair and I need to make her iconic raincoat. I have the colors here. Yellow it's the same color as the boots, and then I have the blue for the hair, which is I identify with Coraline having blue hair. So yeah, we're very, very much advanced. It is Wednesday today. I need to have it ready by Sunday. I have no doubt that I will get this completed. And again, I had to adjust the pattern. Most of these have like the little shoes here. I'll show you guys a picture. I'll put a picture right here of the princesses that I made. I made 5 of them, I believe. And those were also for an order, so they're long gone. And yeah, so I kind of just, again, I adapted the pattern to here, which I think it turned out pretty well. It turned out fairly well. Um, Again, all I need right now to do is the hair. The eyes, I need to go look for the buttons. I know that I have buttons that'll fit it. And that's it. We just need two more things. Well, the hair, the thing, and then her little dragonfly clip that she uses. But other than that, I think we're at a very good pace with this one. I want to see if by the end of this week, I also need to make some sunflower earrings with the thread that I use for other earrings that I have. So I want to see if I can get those done as well, hopefully for Monday. I'd say by Friday, but I doubt that's going to happen. It is already Wednesday afternoon. So yeah, I think, again, we're at a pretty good pace. I'm going to start working on the hair now. I also have to make a few adjustments. There is a princess that has the shorter hair, which is what I'm going to be using. I'm just going to make an adjustment to a few of the front strands that it has instead of making them short, because they usually go about here. I'm going to go ahead and make them long as well, just so I can clip them, like Coraline wears it to like the back, and then the rest of the hair is loose. So I've thought all that out. It should work out great. I'm actually really happy with it. I like the size of it as well. It's size of my head, a little bit bigger than my head. But yeah, let's get going with the hair. All right, so as I start working on the hair, I do want to talk to you guys about a few things. And this is just, chit chat to break the rhythm of just not cross stitching. Got cross stitch on my mind of just the crochet. So first of all, I didn't tell you guys, I'm using a 3.5 hook, 3.5, and I'm using regular worsted weight yarn acrylic. I was planning on using cotton, but I didn't have all of the colors. And again, I wanted to have it done by the end of this week, and it wasn't going to be enough time for the other colors to come in. So we're going with that, and I think it is fine. It should be fine. The next thing, so I've been cross stitching a lot, and I enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. However, the weeks that I'm not able to, like last week, I was working on my mom's apron, and then this week I've been working on crocheting, and then I have another crochet project that I need to get done before, or hopefully by the end of next week. Well, the 20 something. And as I'm working on those projects, like it's fine. I love it. I enjoy it. I know it's, obviously, it's a little bit of extra income, which is always great. But I start to feel like I'm falling behind on cross stitch. And that's kind of the reason why I changed up the moon pattern update to not just the moon, simply because there's weeks where I don't get a chance to work on it, and technically it's just for fun. Technically it's just, I don't need to work on that, right? Like in comparison to these where I don't need to work on them, but they are orders, so I want to get them out as soon as possible. And that's kind of where I start to feel like, oh my goodness, I'm not finishing, I'm not doing stuff, I'm not progressing the way that I want to progress. But at the end of the day, I have to remind myself, like, it's for fun. It's just for fun. I started doing YouTube just for fun. I've started cross stitching just for fun, not as a task or not as something that I have to get done. So I have to continue to remind myself, like, it's okay. It's okay to chill. Again, I know I've cut back on the videos. Instead of doing 2 videos a week, I'm doing 1. And it has helped me because I kind of have a little bit more time to work on projects that I'm working on, and I'm not leaving mid projects or uploading videos where you don't get to see the finished project or the finished task of what I'm doing. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Sometimes I feel like I need to remind myself, like, it is okay. It is a hobby. You need to enjoy it. You need to relax. You need to calm down. Nobody's going to get mad at you if you don't meet a certain goal. There is no goal to meet. It's literally just cross stitching as I go. The only downside of cross stitching that I've noticed, and again, I love the patterns that I'm working on. I love having all the threads and the needles and just making just the motion of going through and making little X's all over a piece of fabric. Love all of it. The only thing that I see a downfall in, and it's just because of the way that I am, I know these projects are going to take forever. Um, Again, in getting into this cross stitch community a little bit more, I'm realizing that people have patterns and projects that they've been working on for years, 2, 3, 5 years. And I'm like, but I don't want to take 2, 3, 5 years to finish a project. I want to finish it now. And I think that's kind of where I need to work on this. I need to make time during the week to work on this stems from, because again, I want to get these done. My goal was to have the moon one done by the end of the year. I know it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen because I'm already almost 5 months in and I haven't even finished the second page. Mind you, I've literally been doing the same color for most of the 5 months that I've been working on it. So that kind of helps you gauge how fast the progress on a cross stitch pattern or project is. And not only that, like I know that I'm, interchanging between sewing, and then I go and do some crocheting, and then I haven't done any knitting, but I also have my work to finish. I have a week and a half left. A week and a half left. I'm so excited. We're so ready to have the school year over with. But even the dinosaur cross stitch that I supposedly wanted to finish in a week, like I'm realizing now that these projects are not, you cannot time them because you're going to make yourself feel like a failure. And that's kind of where I've had to readjust my expectations. Like I didn't fail to meet a goal. I set up myself in a way that I know that I wasn't going to be able to make it, right? But nonetheless, I still enjoy it. I started I started working on one project, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to work on one project. That escalated very quickly. I'm up to 8 projects now, I think. Somewhere around that. It's either 7 or 8. And there's another one that I want to start, but I don't have enough of the threads. And right now I'm kind of like trying not to purchase any until next month. I have to put myself on a budget of not buying that many threads. And so yeah, that's one of the things that I'm like, okay, chill. There's another project that I want to start, and then there's 2 more that I have. There's smaller ones which I do see myself finishing a little bit quicker. It's actually I already have it gridded. Oh, I already have it gridded and ready to go. But anyway, it's 2 of about that size, So again, it's just, I don't know. I really, really enjoy it. And there's really no point to this conversation. I'm just rambling about what I've been working on and in hopes that you're interested in listening. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this hair. Supposedly I was going to work on it. I don't even know how many I need to make. Oh, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, yeah. Got a little bit sidetracked, but anyway. All right. I'm going to go ahead and continue working on this hair. And then I'll bring you guys back once we have a little bit advanced, just to show you guys the progress of what we're doing. Maybe the hair is the only thing that I finished today. And I may interchange between the hair and the raincoat simply because I get bored of working on the same thing. That's kind of what I was doing with the hair. The doll. I worked on like 2 legs. I did the 3 arms in one day. And then I worked on the 2 legs. And then I started like half of the body, and then I stopped. And then I worked on the rest of the body, and then I stopped. And then the head. I think the head I did in like 3 different sections because again, it's just the monotonous action of doing or the same color. But yeah, I'm gonna work on the hair. I'll bring you guys back when we have a few strands completed so you guys can see how it's moving along. first, I want to show you guys the best invention ever made. This is a tool that allows me to multitask even more than I usually do. Check this out. You slip these in your fingers, you're able to grab a snack, and also you're able to continue working. Fantastic. It is the best thing ever. Anyway, aside from games, enough of this. I have completed the hair. Believe it or not, this is Coraline's hair. So now that we have completed, or we have the head of our doll, I need to close out this circle, or just weave in this end here, and do it fairly simple. I'm going to close that little circle up, grabbing all of these stitches, 6 of them. So just going through the front loop of each of them, and once we have them all selected, or on our yarn, I'm going to pull the circle tight, and then I'm going to saved it. I did not save it. Weave this tail into the head and just secure it to the best of my abilities. I usually like to go like straight across. So again, entering here and I'm pulling it out through here, just to make sure that this doesn't fall out. And if I have any left over, which I certainly do, I'll just go and randomly let it stick out through another area. And then this little tail here, I'll kind of just figure out a way to push it in. Or I could cut it, but because it's short enough, I'm just going to pull it through. And now our head is secured. Now, I'm going to really quickly run to my sewing room, and I'm going to grab some pins. I need pins. BRB. I'll go anyway. I've gathered my pins, and I'm going to secure the wig. I also need to weave in this end, but typically, I like to sew this end into the center, and then from there, it's just easier to maneuver the other ends in. And then the other tail, I'll usually use it to start securing down the strands of the hair to the head. So this one again, because this center point, we lost the hair. Because this center point is coming directly from the center point, it's going to go directly into the center point of the head, which kind of just doesn't secure it too much, unless I were to weave in and out, which I typically don't because it's a shorter tail. But it holds in place, and I'm okay with that. Drop the head. I'm just gonna no. Okay, there. A bit of a technical difficulties. Well, not technical, but you'll catch my drift. Okay, so our hair is now secured. Gotta make sure it's facing the right way. I do have this stitch marker here because that is the front. These 2 strands are longer, which are the ones that kind of connect to the sides of her hair. And now I'm just going to come down this way, making sure that I align everything as it should be. And all I'm going to start to do, including with the center of the hair, is to start pinning it down. And again, and it's just to hold these areas into place. I know that I'm still missing the eyes, and I know that I'm missing the ears. So that might create a little bit of movement as we begin to pin the hair down. And essentially what I'm trying to do is just to make sure that every strand has a place and that every strand is covering the head as much as possible. So grab a few pins at a time. I start random. I start some on the side, some on the front, just to kind of, again, anchor it down first of all, but also see more or less how many strands we have on each side. We need to move any, if we need to replace them, rearrange them, shift them, etc., etc. And because usually they overlap a little bit, I kind of try to do one going on top, one going on bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. So, and I'll show you guys how that looks in just a little bit. This won't go underneath. Like that. Grab another pin. Set it down. One goes over, this one goes under, this one goes over. So if you notice, kind of lay a little bit in and over, right? In this case, and then this one. And see what I mean by these two are under, this one goes over, and it kind of just covers that spot there. And again, at this point is where we shift them. Shift any positions, any strands. Some of them, I have them a little bit crowded here. If you notice, this section here is a little bit crowded, so I may be able to shift these over, depending on how this side is going to land. So in looking at this here, I may shift them this way, but let me continue placing these. And then I will bring you guys back once I am satisfied with how these hairs should look. See if I need to shift them, if I... Okay, so again, this is not permanent yet. I haven't secured them, but more or less, let me grab a few pins here. This one, one. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I may need to shift them a little bit. A little bit more. Here. Here. Now, the reason I'm wanting to shift them a little bit over, it's because these two that are a little bit longer are the ones that kind of go this way, kind of like overhead. So not only am I going to have to secure these on the bottom where the strand ends over here, but I'm also going to have to do a few stitches up here so it holds this little hair in place. And again, I know I need to put the ears in so I can more or less know where these are going to land. And I'll do those super quickly. The ears aren't too complicated to do. But shift these over a little bit. A little bit, a little bit. I was going to do this off camera, but thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sticking around. There. And there. Here we go. Yeah, this is the one that's kind of a little bit too overlapped. About there. So, what do you guys think? Yeah, I might angle this one a little bit more, and these you can kind of just push. I want it to kind of like swoop a little bit here. The ear might go about here, and then this other ear might go about here. We're gonna put these about here, just making sure that they're at the right distance. And then I'll just kind of fidget with the hair a little bit more. This is a strand that I need to hide away, tuck away once we have the hair down. And these I just kind of like manipulate in the sense so they go in instead of sticking out in this way, which I'm not upset about. I mean, they don't look bad, horribly bad. These little things here. There we go. All we're missing now, aside from sewing the eyes on, is making her raincoat. We have the yarn here, and that is going to be our next step. So I am going to add a nose to her. Those are also, again, very simple to make. Nose, ears, and pin the hair down or stitch the hair down. And raincoat. She should be done. And she needs to be done by Saturday night. I am delivering her on Sunday. But I think we are looking very good. Very good. I like it. I like this transformation. And as you guys saw in the clip where the original dolls are, the princesses, I think it like the transformation of it looks pretty cool, right? Because again, it's the same pattern. It's just how it's styled. And I must confess, I did change something a little bit that I not necessarily regretting, but I just didn't want to do the alternating black and white tights because technically she's supposed to be wearing a black skirt. However, I have seen her with jeans or the black skirt or whatever. I think once that we have the raincoat, it's just kind of gonna make it all cohesive. And I think it's gonna look just a little bit better. But what? Look, we're twinning. We have blue hair. What do you guys think so far? Let me know. We just have to it's the final details, honestly. Yeah. Again, she was supposed to be 10 inches. She is standing tall at I kid you not. I kid you not. She is standing at 10 inches and something. Look, I'm gonna hold the ruler. If you guys see there, that is the 10-inch mark. She is at 10 inches. Wow. Am I good at math or am I good at math? It wasn't even math. Honestly, it was a guesstimate. I was so lucky that it turned out. And I believe the other project that I'm working on, I also guesstimated in the yarn and the hook. I think it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out just fine. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the raincoat. I know it is barely Wednesday, but I want to get as much done as possible so I'm not rushing last minute. Also, I did say that I wanted to make another little pattern, which is a pair of earrings that my boss actually asked me for. I had made some originally, last year. This Christmas was a year. So it's been a year, almost a year and a half that I had made her some earrings. And she came up to me the other day and she's like, hey, I just wanted to ask to see if you can make me another pair of earrings. I've worn my so many. They're starting to look a little bit worn. So I was just wondering if you can make me a new pair of earrings. And I was like, absolutely, of course. So I want to get those done, hopefully to have those ready by Monday, just so I can give it to her. Next week is our last week of school, and then we're off for the summer. So I want to have them by Monday. That way I give them to her and I don't owe her anything over the summer. And she has her new pair of earrings. But okay, raincoat. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to make her little dragonfly, little hair clip that she wears. But again, details. We'll get to it. Okay, raincoat. Let's go. Now, for the raincoat, I am going to, again, adapt this pattern to my needs. In this set of dolls that we have here, there is a certain princess, I guess. Warrior, Asian princess warrior that wears long sleeves. And technically, she's the only one. I've made this one before. Hmm. I feel like I've made this before. Anyway, I'm going to use the top of her dress, possibly the whole dress, to kind of make the shape of the raincoat. I think. I mean, it's a good length. I know that it doesn't need to be all the way down to the ankles like her dress, but what are we saying? To here, at least, right? Raincoat up to here. So I would just cut a few of these rows, and then the hands should be fine. The hands should be all the way, I think, up to here. But let me show you guys really quickly. Let me switch you guys around and show you what I'm talking about. So I want to use this part of the dress to kind of mimic the sleeves of the raincoat. And then again, this is kind of like the whole entirety of the dress, but instead of sewing it in a row, I would have to go back and forth to leave all this opening. And I would just kind of cut a few rows here so it doesn't go all the way down to her feet. I would say maybe like 4 rows I would cut. I think it would be a good distance. So I'm going to try it out. Hopefully it works. I have made things just because. I made a hoodie once, a whole like entire hoodie out of just coming up with it in my own head. So hopefully it works out. I know that I need to add the hood to it because Coraline has a hood. Obviously the hood is not going to fit her head. She got a big head. But I do want to make the hood kind of like in the back so you can see like, hey, raincoat has a hood. Okay. I'm procrastinating, honestly. But quick update. We have started working on the raincoat. And here's how we're looking so far. I know it doesn't look like much of a raincoat, but I do need to add the sleeves. And then I am going to add a little hood here in the back. Again, it's going to be tiny. It's not going to be like a hood that fits her head because it wouldn't be big enough. This is how we're looking so far. And now I'm going to, it says here to fasten off because this is technically where I would switch to the yellow part of the dress. But I'm not going to do a yellow part because I'm going to just continue sewing back and forth. I think from here is kind of where I'm going to freehand it. Just to see. I'm debating if I should redo this part. The pattern does say if you stitch, if your stitches are very tight, then to size up half a hook. However, I'm noticing that for the hair, it was fine. This kind of looks a little bit small. Now, I like that it fits the arms. I mean, it fits a little bit large in this area. I don't think it's a problem. I am going to add a little hood and maybe I can like take it in a stitch or two towards the back or like here on the sides. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I'm going to leave it as is. So we have a few more stitches to go. Again, I want to probably finish around here. So we have, let me see here. I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 more rows to go, and then we should be done. Well, I need to do the sleeves. The sleeves also have increments, but I'm not going to increment. I'm just going to do a straight sleeve here. Modifications. Modifications is what we need to adapt our pattern. All right, so I'm going to continue working on this little raincoat then. I think I am going to pause here for now, though. It is a little bit late. I will finish it tomorrow. There's a few things that I need to do before I go to bed. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here. We have the beginning of our raincoat. I just need to do the little hood, sleeves, and the remainder part here. Looking good so far, though. Looking good so far. I have news. And I just dropped the news. Literally on the floor. Okay, so I have completed the raincoat. All we need to do is make it some sleeves and make it a little hood. And we shall be complete. After this, we just need to add the eyes. We need to pin down the hair. She's still as she was in our last clip. And that's it. She will be done. I am going to add how she looks with her. Oh, it's kind of weird without the sleeves. But yeah. Pretty cute, pretty cute, pretty cute. Not overly exaggerated, not super big. I think it fits perfect. I was a little bit concerned about this top part here. It seemed a little big. But I think it's fine. I think it'll be fine. And then we'll just add the little hood in the back. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get her done. I am going to continue to work on this, and then I'll probably add the ears and the eyes. And then I'll work on pinning the hair tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, which means we still have a little bit of time. Hopefully we get to do the earring that I want to make. I will bring you guys back once I have the raincoat completed, added to her, and then maybe show you guys a little bit of the process of how I add the eyes. And I'm not going to add a mouth. I'm debating if I should add some eyebrows, simply because I never like how the eyebrows look. Never. So I hardly ever add them. Might give her some rosy cheeks, but all those are just details that we need to finish. I'm very excited. So here she is. I'm just missing the little hood. I'm gonna make that tomorrow, and just the final details. I think she should be done and ready to go by tomorrow. When we have given her her raincoat, and all she just needs now is eyes, and then her hair needs to be fixed. We'll fix her hair later. And I want to make these go down, not necessarily rolling up. What do you guys think? What are we thinking? Let me know what you guys think so far. Again, tomorrow I think she should be done. Should be completed, ready to go. I really like it. Really like it. I never made one this big. I had always been using the smaller yarn and the smaller hook, so every little doll was a little bit smaller. I actually have a comparison here. I don't have the head, but like body wise, not too much of a difference, but quite a bit, kind of like up to here. And then the head, obviously, a lot smaller. Alrighty. I will bring you guys back mañana so you guys can see, or tomorrow or Saturday. I might work on it tomorrow. I don't know if I'll record, but I'll bring you guys back to see the finalized product once we have it all complete. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. First of all, I just want to show off my shirt. Every time I wear it, I will show it off. But now, I wish I could tell you that it was completely done. It is not. However, there's very little to be done. What do you guys think? She has her eyes now. She has her little hood. She has her raincoat, her shirt, everything, boots. The only thing that we need to do is pin down her hair. Now, I went through again after I set the eyes, after I set the ears. I gave her a little blush and kind of just rearranged the hair to where I wanted it to be. Now it's in the perfect position. All I really need to do now is go through with the blue yarn and just fasten it down. I could glue it. I have fabric glue right here. However, I like to really, really secure it. So I like to actually go in and sew the hair. But she's done pretty much. All we just need to do now is fasten her hair and she will be complete. I'm debating if I should add eyebrows. I just might because I guess she has light brown. Yeah, probably. I'm probably out of few down here, but yeah. What do you guys think? Perfect. All right. The next thing I'm going to work on right now is I was going to end the video, but I think we have time to finish the little earrings that I want to make. They're little sunflower earrings. I haven't done them in a long time. Oh, wait. I also wanted to point out, believe it or not, every single tail has been sewn in. Every single tail is done. There's nothing, which is great because I usually don't. Anyway, beside the point. Yes, I think I'm going to work on the earrings next. I need to have those ready by Monday. And yeah, I think we're on good timing. So let's go get those materials, get started on that. Possibly today, possibly tomorrow. I do possibly want to do a little bit of some other projects because I've been crocheting all this week. But yeah, I'll bring you guys back either if I decide to do the earrings or if I decide to end the video. Don't go anywhere because in the next clip, you will see. Welcome back. So something happened. I forgot to record the full completed coral line, but I'm going to insert a clip now of the finished product. And there it is. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I did not get a chance to finish the earrings. I do have to get them done very soon though, but before Friday. So that will probably be in the next video, which I'm already recording, and you guys will get to see next Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next. Bye-bye.